NBA free agency fast approaching, and James Harden's future remains very much unclear. The 33-year-old has a player option that would pay him over $35 million, but he has yet to opt in or opt out. He wants a long-term deal, and the Sixers want to keep him, but at what cost and for how long? And what about the rest of the market? Senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski joining us here as we follow this developing story. What's been the holdup here on the player in or out option here for James Harden?
Well, Kevin, if you're declining the option, you don't have to file any paperwork. It's just if you're opting into it. But James Harden's got 24 hours, and I think the plan, as he did his deal last year, was to go into free agency. He would opt out of the deal and then be able to do a long-term deal, presumably with the 76ers. Now, that $35 million option, listen, if he opts into that, he could be traded. The Sixers then, you're under contract, you could be moved. So I think for James Harden, he'll take it down to the wire over the next 24 hours. I think if you're James Harden and you get into free agency, you want to know that you're going to get a quick resolution with the Sixers, because the longer it drags out, money dries up elsewhere, you lose leverage. And so I think for Philadelphia, I think the real hang-up, I think the real challenge is going to be how many years on a deal. I think getting near max money, I don't think it's going to be the dollars per season, Kevin. It's going to be how many years do they want to invest in James Harden, a player who, by the way, last year took less, allowed them to bring in P.J. Tucker, Daniel House, and then I think with the thought this year, he would do something more substantial long-term.
Yeah, for people understanding at home, 8 figures less, potentially a $47 million deal per year to $35 million. He turns 34 in August. We'll have confirmation within 24 hours about his decision. Other news you broke, the league's new CBA has been signed and shared with all 30 teams. What's the most important thing about this new collective bargaining agreement?
Listen, if you're a fan, labor peace for as many as 7 seasons in the NBA. But I think for the league, the chance now to see more players, more high-level players spread around the league. It's going to be harder for big market teams to be able to have multiple max-level players on their roster. And for the Players Association, and they sent a letter to their constituents today, they estimate perhaps as much as $50 billion in contract salaries over the 7-year course of this deal.
$50 billion. That is with a B. Woj is stressing that is with a B, as free agency is scheduled to begin less than 48 hours from now. Woj standing by to break any and all NBA news for sure right here on SportsCenter.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.